Hi, this is Grixon. Today I am showing you a Theater of Pain I did this week, and we're going to talk about the two-piece for Blood DKs and how it affects your gameplay and rotation. And then also we're going to talk about Sanguine. This is a Sanguine Storming week, so it's kind of a little bit of a butthole, but as a Blood DK you have a lot of tools to manage this, and so it shouldn't be that bad for you. Yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to mute the sound. No, we need the sound for the game. But I guess I could tweak it later. It shouldn't matter too much, right? Okay, so you can't hear it right now, but we're actually talking about who's kicking what. See, we're putting out some icons that we're deciding, okay, who's getting this, who is focus kicking this, and stopping searing deaths. I can't really show you guys that audio because I was playing music at the time, and I don't have a dedicated source for just Discord, so for copyright reasons I don't want to play the music. So unfortunately I can't let you guys hear the audio from the Discord itself, but we're communicating and chatting on how we want to run this, how we want to kick it. It's a plus 20 Theater of Pain, but I mean we blow the top off this, and we have like 4 minutes plus to spare, and our last timers were all messed up, and I have some ideas on how to fix that for next time. We kind of, after the key, we're like, that went great, but this is probably what we could have done better. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to get into the pack, we want to put a Death and K down, a Blood Boil, and we want to put some Heart Strikes in. After the Heart Strikes are going, you want to, if you're Kyrian, you want to shackle after all of this. You don't do it right in the beginning. You want to do it after all this, because as you spread shackle, you are getting free Heart Strike value. If you're at full runes when you start a shackle spread, you will not see the benefit from it. You're just wasting runes at that point. Ooh, that guy hadn't been kicked. He was just sitting at Sanguine. So Searing Death goes off on me, so I just I put AMS on, and it's completely fine. And so, man, I'm saying and a lot, right? You want to be, that's kind of like your bread and butter here is going to be doing Dancing Rune Weapon, using some runes, then shackle, get those free Heart Strikes from the spread of shackle to regenerate your runes and get a lot more just runic stacks from it. And then the other part of it is to build up enough Bone Shield to use Tombstone. If you didn't know how Tombstone works, I mean, you'd be living under a rock now because everybody's using it. Tombstone eats up to 5 Bone Shield stacks. It will give you a shield, but the big thing, the only reason why we're really taking it is because Crimson Rune Weapon allows you to, whenever you lose Bone Shield stacks, it decreases the timer on your Dancing Rune Weapon's CD, if that makes sense. So the more Bone Shield stacks you are losing, the faster you will get Dancing Rune Weapon. So if we can find a way to dramatically lose Bone Shield stacks fast, then use Dancing Rune Weapon to generate Bone Shield stacks fast. You see what I mean? You can find this little overlap where, boom, you can pop Tombstone, lose a lot of Bone Shield stacks, but while Dancing Rune Weapon is up, you can just Morrow Rend once, and you're up to like 6 or 9. If you're 4-piece, you'll be up to like 9, but if you're 2-piece, you'll be up to 6. So you won't need to worry about it too much because it's all about Dancing Rune Weapon uptime. It's a lot of parry, it's a lot of extra resources, and you're going to be flooded with resources. So you're not going to be caring so much about Death Strike saving your life as much as you used to. So we don't really care about having 5 or more Bone Shield stacks at all times. You can ride 1 Bone Shield stack as long as you're getting the haste buff from it, the armor and the haste buff from it. Just don't get caught with your pants down having 0 bone shield stacks. Like, that's going to be a bad time. So, you know Tombstone's going to take 5 of them. After you do this for a while, you're going to see how it handles. Like, you'll get a good feel for it. Oh, I can't be showing you guys that. I'm going to have to edit that out. Yep. Oh, I'm going to have to black screen those. You guys shouldn't be seeing my Spotify. I was changing my music. Because I use Linux, I have virtual desktop, so I can press mod, which is your Windows key for Windows people. The Windows key, and then like I can hold that down and press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 0. So I can have like 10 different virtual workspaces. So I was playing the game on workspace 1 and I had my music on workspace 3, I think. So I would just press mod 3, changed it, mod 1 back. And that's kind of how I did it. Alright. So this was kind of a mistake. The Arbalest. Oh, the Arbalest did die really fast. So what was killing everybody? Oh, that's when Archie died because he got hit by Arbalest and then the spinning thing hit him. So it kind of all was just a cluster that killed him. You have to be really careful here. I actually mess up the Sanguine a little bit. These conscripts are going to die right on top of the Mangler. So what I should have done here is I should have mass crypt them away. Like I should have ran right now, mass crypt them away from him so they didn't drop pools on him. So now he's doing interrupting bore and he's just getting healed. So these are things to think about as you're playing, especially if it's a Sanguine week. If you're fighting 2 mobs next to each other, you could always run a little. You can create some distance and then grip one away, or you could stun one and run the other one away. These are things that should be going through your head all throughout Sanguine week. So this affix is kind of a joke if you can properly utilize it. Just knowing when you have to start kiting, just knowing when you need to grip something out or asphyxiate something in. It'll make the key go so much faster. Yeah, and actually in this key I didn't have Mechanicos yet. I had to finish the story to unlock him, so I ended up getting him after this key. And I only have 2-piece, so it's not going to be insane damage. You know, Blood Decays really turn up once they have 4-piece. You know, if you look at my bars, my buff bar, on the far left is my % of strength buff. So right now I'm at 30, and it just ended. So it's 2-piece, like, the most I see is like 35, 40 stacks top. Like, that's just as much as I get. Unfortunately, that's just what I end up seeing. I can get up to 75 once I have 4-piece next week, so it'll get much better on the damage then. But for now, even with 2-piece, it's just good to get in the rotation. It's a completely different playstyle than we've been doing all season, so the more you can do this, the better. And if you are up high on stacks and then you pop Bone Storm, the Bone Storm benefits from that strength buff, and it'll be huge damage actually if you can do that. See, another mess up there, so I just mass script them away. I wasn't thinking. I should have already been moving them. You just really want to be checking those health. So those guys are kind of farther away. So I kind of put these guys together so we can do more damage to them. And then I start kind of just moving away. You gotta be careful with Brawn too. I didn't need to grip that one, but if you saw my mouse, I was ready to grip it away. Okay. What do we pop? We pop the Dancing Rune Weapon. Then we do... Yep, I actually stay in it because I want to keep spreading Shackle. I wanted as many free runes as possible, and because there's 3 relics there before he pops, I was trying to just spread Shackle for free Heart Strikes for, % of strength stacks. Again, I stay in it because I still have a Dancing Rune Weapon window going on. So I actually mess up there, but I just hit Morrowind, back up to 6, so it drops. So yeah, I got 30 again out of that. And Shackle's already back up. And Dancing Rune Weapon is almost back up because of Another tip is if you have and alright, so what I'm trying to say is if your Dancing Rune Weapon is up and you're still accumulating stacks, or you get to 75 stacks but you're still keeping that timer alive and you kill do not press Dancing Rune Weapon again until your strength stacks wear off, because you will not keep it. Like if gave you cooldown reduction to where you now have it again and you still have strength stacks from before, they are not going to carry over. Oh my god, my whole computer just I don't know if that changed anything for you guys or what, but my computer tried to go to sleep mode. The monitor's turned off. I have to move my mouse every now and then. That doesn't happen if I've been using my video editor to review the footage now instead of like MPV or VLC to do it, so it doesn't keep my monitor awake like it's supposed to. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so if you're still on your original Dancing Rune Weapon chain and you're at 75 stacks or whatever you're at, and just knocked your cooldown, so your Dancing Rune Weapon's back up before the old one expired, let the old one expire, because it will not, like, obviously keep it going, but don't try and pop it again until the old one has expired, because you won't get any benefit from it. Like, nothing will happen from it. So that can be a pretty big pitfall. Just as long as you know what's happening, it shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, just a normal tyrannical boss that takes some time. But I mean, look at the damage here. Like, look at our single target. It's kind of bumping. Our demo lock is like dropping 16k on a single target fight. Another thing that's different since this VOD is I've dropped Plater. And the reasoning why I'm trying something else besides Plater is my Plater I've always used the profile is from Quasi, and it's been fine, there's no problems, but it was really hard for me to see who my main target was. So as a Death Knight who needs to heal myself to stay alive, if I don't know where my target is and it jumps away and then I just all of a sudden can't press a button, it was not fun for me. So I was having a really hard time getting arrows to work correctly in Plater. You have to like import them from somebody else, you have to enable a script in the modding, and there's just like a lot of work, which is totally valid and totally fine. But I'm already using LVY for my whole like suite. So I just deleted Plater and I'm using the LVY nameplates. I've heavily modified them for myself though. One thing I did was I went through all of the dungeons and I made a filter that was like, if it's a mob that casts, like these, you know how these things are purple right now? This is what I did. If it's a mob that casts, make their health plates purple. Like if it's something that's kickable, make it purple, like their health. So that way in the middle, like as I'm fighting, I already know if I'm grabbing this, there's gonna be some stuff that can be interrupted. I replicated that pretty much with LVY nameplates. So I went through all the dungeons, found all the mobs that do it, got their mob ID number, and then put it in a filter. So all of those with their in the filter get this, thing. So I got all that done. I changed my buffs to look somewhat like Plater, so they look very similar. And yeah. So far so good. Another weird pitfall I had with it was by default, your target will be 100% opacity and great, but then all your other targets would have like 50% opacity. So things that were casting on my screen, I'd have a hard time seeing. But it really was just like one option switch. It wasn't even a big deal. So far I've replicated my Plater like pretty much perfectly, except now I have arrows, and I have a lot of tweaks that I like, and it just kind of all is baked into my LVOI, so it's not going to change any of the day-to-day gameplay. It's just you guys in my newer videos are going to see a difference. That's all. One little trick you can do with the sanguine stuff, especially in bigger pulls, is you don't want to full turn your back to a mob and run, but you can kind of run kind of sideways and keep heart striking and running to still be getting your hits in, still be getting your stacks in, but also like dropping sanguine away so everything isn't in it. That's another like little trick you could do. I got lucky here. The spacing on these was like perfect to not drop sanguine on each other. And of course we are trying our best to kind of like kill them somewhat evenly, so when they die they just both drop a puddle instead of healing each other. So that one dies, and this one was just barely not in the puddle. But I was ready to run to the side and grip it away if you saw that. And I also have to put another... I joined a guild, and it's like this huge guild on my server. It has like 80 to 100 people online, like at all times. And yeah, I don't know, there's just... the guild chat is just a little overload when I'm trying to play. And I'm trying to do this stuff, especially if I'm doing a VOD review. Yeah. So now I'm already worrying about sanguine. At this point, when they get to like 30% health, you should be worrying about sanguine. So I think I didn't there. Yeah, I think my child had just woken up, and in the baby monitor, I was looking at her, and I didn't move that. So that was actually like, this is a really bad showcase of showcase of sanguine management as Blood DK. We actually did a 20 DOS the day before this, and we freaking crushed it. And Arden Wield, I was like the 7th letter of the alphabet the whole time. With sanguine management, I was doing really good at like that running sideways kind of thing I talked about.
Bone spear. Countered.
So things get kicked, they run in. We've got Dancing Rune Weapon going, and now we are doing our Shackle. Shackle may have been a little early because I didn't get full value out of my runes from the spread. So yeah, look, things are already starting to die. So look what I'm doing. I'm getting the stuff away from it. When they start to get low, that's what you want to be thinking about. Just getting stuff away from it. This Bone Carver is about to die, so I'm worried about that puddle. So I'm already ready. I know I have Gore Fiends. I already looked at it. I moved this guy just over a little bit because I want to save Gore Fiends if I can. Like, it's a long cooldown, so it's like if I could just move one mob a little bit out of the way, that's good. See, I got stuck there. There. So I used my Gore Fiends also as an interrupt, and the team was kind of freaking out a bit. They're like, dude, it's going to kill us. I'm like, nah, dude, I got this. I should have done it earlier, though, because... yeah, he just sanguine healed for a while. So I don't have Dancing Rune Weapon, unfortunately, but just getting hit is lowering the cooldown on it. And then also, Tombstone's coming up soon. But right now I'm thinking about, see me grip him away so his puddle is away from them? That is what you need to be thinking about. That is like a clutch play, and as Blood DK, you were so strong at sanguine management. So I bring that guy over to the side, and then I stunned him over there. It didn't matter, but that was like a prime example of me trying to be really proactive with it. I saw that when I was about to die, he was going to sanguine heal the other two. Grip him out. Let him die over there. So we don't have Lust yet. We're actually killing things too fast. And one thing we could have done to change this is after the first boss, after Zav, after the first wing we did, instead of going straight to the soul one, we could have killed the stuff in Plague first, then came through here. That would have been about the 2 minutes we needed. We would have had Lust for this boss way earlier. As it sits, we're doing so much damage right now that we just don't lust timers just aren't a thing. Like, our lust timers are whack. And that's because of this. If you guys also noticed, I swapped off of the Elcano's buff bars on the top right. I think I said this before, but it was just scaling way too far down, and it was just getting in the way. So I took that off. Yeah, so we're just, boss fights are boss fights, and this is one of the most boring ones for a tank to do. There's just not much for you to do here. The only thing I'm really looking at is I'm wanting to see if the DPS go for the same rift, like the same these little grabby hands. When they go to the same one, you can AMS that, or you can AMZ that and help them out, which I didn't do because I'm bad at video games, but you can put AMZ down when they both go for the same one and just help them take less damage from it. I'll use this moment to say I've made a Discord, and I'll put a link in the description for you if you would like to join the Discord, get involved with the community. The only thing I ask is when you sign on to it, you're only going to see two sections. You're going to see like my announcements or like my Grix YouTube's videos where I'm just going to post that stuff, but then also you'll see an introductions one, and all I want is like for you to it's like, hey, saw you from this YouTube, or I'm interested in this, or whatever you want, and then I'll add you as a member. And when that happens, you're gonna see all the member channels. So you're gonna see like general, all my weak auras and UI links, all my route links, what other tanks are talking about, or I don't know, just the community starting to kind of grow there. Any questions you might have, I can answer you there. Or if you want to submit a video for me to review, we can get that all set up there as well. And I definitely don't mind doing key reviews. I've done them in the past. People have said it was beneficial to them, like they learned a lot from it. I don't know. Like, if that's something you're interested in, you could join the Discord and we could discuss it further. And then, other than that, the as usual thing that all YouTubers do. Please no, I'm just kidding. Don't. You don't need to do. It'd be cool if you could like the video or comment or whatever if you have a question, but don't worry about it. You do the voodoo that you do, boo boo. Alright, so I'm going to do this as one big poll, and hopefully, I don't remember, this might have been a good one for Sanguine. I might have done a good job with this one. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to edit out the Spotify stuff. I'm just going to leave it. Whatevs. It's just, I'm close to 1,000 subscribers. And at 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize my channel and start... Pretty much I'll be making money that will let me pay for WoW. Like, that's really what it's going to be, is just paying for WoW. So I set a focus kick here. If you can see mine, it's on the left there. He has like a stripy health bar, and that just means he's on my focus. And so when I kick and I have a focus, it's going to hit my focus kick. So that way I don't have to pay attention to him, and I can just kind of run around, do my thing, and not worry about it. Another thing to do is I now grab these and I always bring them back into this room. The problem is some abilities will pull the crap underneath. Oh my god, my screens did it again. You guys might have seen a little hitch right there, and that's purely because of my screens. I need to just hit my mouse every now and then. Yeah, some abilities will pull crap underneath and they'll all run up and just destroy you. Or if you mind control one of these guys, one of these sludge spewers, and he withering discharges for you, that is actually like a sphere. So it will hit downstairs and it'll pull them too. So I just make it a habit to always bring this back into this room now. Like I'm done worrying about it. Also with Sanguine, it's better to be in an open space than in a narrow hallway. Alright. Oh, you see those color codes on those relics? I should do that. What was that? It was green, blue, and something else. Dang it, I missed it. I'll see it again. Like, I should do that for LVY. I would have to just set a filter that says, if it's this mob, make it this health color. That's all I'd have to do. It wouldn't be no thing but a chicken wing. Okay, he died. I'm gripping them out of the stuff. That one's about to die on it, which is not great, so I'm trying to run away.
Countered.
Unfortunately, he just kept casting in it, so not the best. And he's still in it. His baby toe is in it. Not the best management on my side right there. But I mean, if you look at damage, like, it's bumping. People are going hard. Alright. Patrol kind of sucked there. If Sanguine wasn't happening, we would have gotten this patrol a lot earlier, but, you know. Is what it is. Easier to think about for next time. Dancing Rune Weapon's happening. And then I shackle after I've used some resources. Now I'm thinking about swapping out my scale, my blood spattered scale, for a Solia's, trinket for haste. Blood DKs, tier set blood DKs love haste because all of your stuff is going to scale off haste. All of you'll heart strike faster because you have more runic power faster. And if you're still using the Codex of the first technique, it procs more with more haste. I mean, it's all just
Countered.
It's all very helpful. We love haste right now because we want as much. The more hard strikes, the better. Anything we can do to buff that Dancing Rune Weapon window, that's what we're gonna do. Anything we can do to buff that, and that's why you see so many Kyrians right now, is because of the free hard strikes you get in big pulls. If you do a really huge pull, I mean, you could be shackling for days, and that's all free hard strikes for your runic bar, like your runes to come back. Alright, so it was blue, green, and like a pink, like a purple pink. Okay, that's what I'll make mine then. CDR is blue, and he actually renamed the bars too. That's kind of cool. Like, that's what Plater was doing. Oh yeah, man, I actually shouldn't have used this video. I really wish I had recorded that that DOS. That, like, it went so well. This one I end up dying because I mess up and I get in a hook. Oh, also here, when there's storming going on, you can Death's Advance to make you immune to knockup, and you can just run over them really quick. So if you see a bunch of tornadoes around, you can just Death's Advance and then just run over them really quick to get them out of the way, so the rest of your team can do it unhindered. So when there's like 2 or 3 around, and I have Death's Advance up, I try and just make it a point to do it. Just try and run through them. Alright, so right there, so this is what just happened. I was at like 3 bone shield stacks. I Mara-rended, I tombstoned, and then the tombstone brought down Dancing Rune Weapon. So then I Dancing Rune Weaponed. So it was like my stacks went from like 6, 1, boom, back up to like 7. It was like 6, 1, 7, boom, boom, boom. And I still get all the benefits of it. So having tombstone on cooldown is good. Like, if you can get good at it, because it just means you're getting the most uptime of Dancing Rune Weapon as possible. So this, when you're 2-piece, like, it feels kind of cool. It's a whole different type, like, different way of playing. But 4-piece is where it's at. Like, 4-piece, you're gonna hit 75 stacks really easily. So 2-piece, the most I see is, oh, I think, is this where it happens? Yeah, that's where it happens. And I don't have cooldown for it because I messed up. So I have to kind of recover here. I didn't have Icebound Fortitude to get off the chains. It was off the chain, yo. That's whack. Yeah, that was just a problem. I wasn't focusing. I don't know what I did there. But if you look at the time, like Gorchop's pretty much dead and we're doing good. And I'm being hard carried by my push team's DPS. They are scaling. Like this whole season we've had like no tier. Like none of us have had even like a 2-piece. Maybe the healer has. But that was it. Like none of us had it. Except for the healer. So all of us were doing decent damage, but the 2-piece made a big deal for our team. And I think a good amount of us are getting 4-piece next week. I mean, I get 4-piece next week, so it's going to be it's going to be a game changer for me. Like my damage right now overall is 7.7. Like I'd be easily 10, 11k if I had 4 set right now. It ends up getting really insane. That 75% increased strength is just huge. Shackle the Unworthy is a strength gain as well as free heart strikes and a big dot that benefits from the strength stacks. Bone Storm benefits from all that increased strength. It all just works well together but Necrolord is still great and so is Night Fae. Like they're all good. It's just it just depends on how you want to play. As I'm trying to get used to the rotation and how things work, I wanted to play Kyrian because it's kind of the most rotationally strict to get the most uptime of Dancing Rune weapon right now for me. Because I only have 2-piece, I really wanted to make Shackle the Unworthy stretch out my window of time to get as many stacks as possible and get really good at it. So, but if you were playing Necrolord, you are going to overcap on Bone Shield stacks like all the time. So you can pretty much line up your A-Bomb limb with Tombstone. You'll get a benefit that way where you don't have to worry so much about your Bone Shield stacks. Ping-ponging around as you're using this cooldown. It's like a 1-minute cooldown, so you can use one with your A-Bomb limb and then use another without, so every other one. And Night Fae, you get that big strength benefit while you're in your Death and Decay and you're hitting things. So you'll get 20% strength from that, plus a maximum of 75% strength from the Dancing Rune Endless Waltz tier set. Like, these all do really well, and I'm going to be playing them all. It's just right now I'm working on Kyrian because it's a playstyle I haven't done before, and I don't know, right now it just feels really good to learn this whole tier set window with it. I feel like it's best for me right now. So what did he do? What is that? Why did he bug out like that?
Ghostly charge. Dark devastation.
So yeah, again, I will have the Discord link down below. Please feel free to join it, introduce yourself a little bit, or I don't know, like you could even just say hi. Like you don't have to like give me your life story if you want. It's just I'm just trying to filter out, possible bots, possible like kind of jerks, and then also it has the added benefit of like other people who are in the Discord can kind of know something about you. So I mean, you're not always going to be talking to just me. There's a bunch of blood DKs there, so you'll be able to like ask a question. If I don't answer it right away because I could be sleeping or having a life or whatever I'm doing, someone else might be able to answer it for you. Yeah, that's all I got here. So this was the key. Yeah, we have like 5 minutes almost to spare on this Tyrannical 20. So we are definitely moving up in the world. Next week we're going to be making, next week's going to be a breeze for us, I think. Well, that's the end of the video. I appreciate you guys being here. I will have a video on 4-piece and how that performs, but it's going to be a lot like 2-piece. It's just you're going to be a lot more successful with it. So yeah, I did 7.5k overall. Your healing is going to go down because your Dancing Rune weapon is going to be up so often that you're just not going to be getting hurt as much. You're not going to be needing to Death Strike all the damn time. So your overall healing is going to go down. Before tier, I was healing like a monster. And now I might start getting beat on that. All right, guys. I'm considering doing a series of doing 15s, like people trying to just get KSM or like just getting into tanking, learning routes. So I think I'm gonna do something like I show you the route, kind of like how I did with the newer Tazavesh videos, where I show you the route, I make it bug friendly, and then I show the key of me doing it and point out the key things that you have to worry about for route reasons or for tanking reasons. Let me know if you guys like that. I might make a poll for it. If enough people like it, I'll do it. But you know, I don't know if it's actually going to be beneficial. Other than that, I'll do a 4-piece video, and maybe I'll do a video on like LVUI nameplates if someone cares about that too. This logic for it can be spread to other nameplate like add-ons. So yeah, I'll show that, and it's just kind of making it my own. I'm not using anyone else's profile for it. I'm just making it how I like it. So anyways, I'm just rambling now. I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, appreciate being here. Oh my god, my stupid monitors. Yeah, see you later. Hope to see you in the Discord, and yeah. Okay, bye. Oh, how do I turn it off now? Stop it.